This video is brought to you by me. For $1 a month, you can support the channel directly and help me keep doing what I love. Thanks for watching and supporting. In my opinion, there are few games more video gamey than Grand Theft Auto games. The idea of being dropped into a city, grabbing any car you can see, doing anything and going anywhere you want feels like the peak, which is probably why most games these days try to shoehorn in an open world whether they need them or not. Grand Theft Auto 3 changed my view of what I thought was possible in video games. When I luckily convinced my aunt to let me play it when we were staying at her house one night, my world of video games broke into before Grand Theft Auto and after Grand Theft Auto. Rarely do I remember the first moments I play a game, but holding that PS2 controller in my hands for the first time, seeing Claude break free of a police van, grab a beaten up car, and drive to freedom will forever be a chapter mark in my history of playing video games. I got lost in Liberty City, just driving around. It felt alive, like a real city, and I was the main character. It's why, even though I only ever got to play a few missions at the time, I've held this fondness and nostalgia for that first island of Liberty City. But it wasn't long, almost exactly a year to be exact, that a successor came along and upstaged Grand Theft Auto 3. Compared to this brand new stylistic 80s themed new city, all my stories of stealing a Banshee from a car dealership or stopping traffic by parking a Patriot in the middle of an intersection to see what kind of road rage would break out started to feel quaint in comparison to the stories my friends who had played Vice City were telling. Since I could only play Grand Theft Auto at my aunt's house, given I was 7 years old at the time and I didn't have a PlayStation 2, Vice City itself passed me by, and I never got the opportunity to play it to the credits until now when the hilarious Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition, came out, and as someone who is a glutton for punishment, I played the game there, and on Switch, because I like to be disappointed on the go. Until now, I haven't been able to stomach the dated shooting controls and the unforgiving lack of checkpoints, and while I am completely aware that the best versions of these games came out more than 15 years ago, the modern controls alone allowed me to finish Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City back to back in a matter of days. Plus, I figured we would have some fun dunking on this piece of crap release while I appease the almighty YouTube algorithm. In spite of that, I don't want this review to be negative. Once you get past the muddy visuals, horrendous frame rate issues, levitating cars, inept AI, compressed audio, stripped down soundtracks, broken missions, unreplaced character models, bad flying controls. What was my point? Oh yeah, not being negative. But seriously, once you scrape past all the crap, which I am not endorsing you do, please don't buy this release on my behalf, Vice City is here in its full glory. Grand Theft Auto 3 felt like an amazing first step for what 3D games could be, but Vice City, even now, feels like a clearer vision of the potential we could achieve in games. It showed that with the right cast of characters and voice actors bringing them to life, an environment built to be reminiscent of a specific time and place, and game mechanics that let you take part in building an empire, you could provide the player a complete experience. And when you combine that with all of the freedom of a lively open world, now you have something special. Tommy Vercetti is a free man. Finally. After spending 15 years in jail to protect the Forelli mob family in Liberty City, he's about to be sent down south to set up a cocaine operation for the Don Sonny Forelli. Upon arriving in Vice City and meeting up with the skittish lawyer Ken Rosenberg, Tommy and Ken make their way to a drug deal that will get their foot in the drug trade door. However, the deal goes bad when the two parties are ambushed, leaving the drugs and money stolen and everyone dead except Tommy and Ken. So now Tommy's main objective shifts from establishing the business to hunting down the people responsible for the deal. This introduces Tommy to a wide cast of personalities from pro football players to pop-punk rock stars to manipulative real estate moguls. These characters are only as good as the voice actors who bring them to life, and Rockstar stacked the cast with a ton of names people knew. Tommy himself is played by Ray Liotta, who you probably know from that laughing gif you've seen 189,000 times, and Hubie Halloween. The real estate cowboy Avery Carrington was voiced by Burt Reynolds. Ken Rosenberg, our unfortunate schmuck of an attorney, was expertly played by William Fichtner, becoming one of my favorite characters in the game. Probably because if I was a GTA character, I'd be him.
Poke my head out of the gutter for one freaking second and fate shovels shit in my face. Go get some sleep.
While Grand Theft Auto 3 had no lack of voice talent, the scale of the story and the amount of voice lines was a new height for the series at the time. I mean, Liotta and Reynolds were just the tip of the iceberg. The cast includes Greendale Community College alum Luis Guzman, Dennis Hopper, Danny Trejo, Gary Busey, Fairuza Balk, and Robert Davi. And the story and characters culminate in this homage to Miami Vice and Scarface, where you're playing a game that could be a summertime movie epic. Would it win an Oscar? No, but it's fun while it lasts. Unfortunately, the fun behind the scenes didn't last as long as it did in the game. Rockstar and the egos of major motion picture stars did not mix well. Especially back in 2002, video games weren't taken super seriously, and a few actors like Ray Liotta and Burt Reynolds weren't easy to work with. According to Jacked, a book about the development of many games in the GTA series, Liotta said the last game he played was Pong. This abrasive working environment led to Rockstar going with smaller name actors and actresses down the road, meaning Vice City's star-studded cast was a one-time thing. Vice City as a city itself adds the atmosphere that brings the story home. Neon pink lights line the streets and hotels of this oceanside city. The city has a glow about it. Beachgoers and classic sports cars drive past the country club where rich people play golf. It creates this perfect backdrop for the street races, punk rock shows, bank heists, and drug trades that you'll be doing. Vice City shows you the rags and the riches, the start and end point of Tommy Vercetti's story. The beach resorts are mere miles away from the smaller neighborhoods with old cars and hole-in-the-wall bars and cafes. It feels small but dense and varied in a way that GTA 3 doesn't. There is a mall you can shop at, more things to do in boats, diversions to occupy your time in fun ways, and the addition of motorcycles gives more variety to the vehicles. It feels like a more polished version of Liberty City with more artistic direction as it's trying to capture an inherently 80s aesthetic. There's even a tropical storm warning preventing you from accessing the whole city at first. What is more Florida than that? Even though I finished the story, I still feel like there is so much more I have to experience in the city, and that's after all the different activities I've already completed. Where GTA 3 got frustrating sometimes due to Rockstar not fully grasping how to make a great 3D mission immediately, Vice City was a blast with more focus on what made the best missions in GTA 3 fun while skipping the more frustrating parts of it. You man a turret in a helicopter while you shoot down guards on a mansion. You earn trust in a motorcycle gang by jumping a bike onto a roof, infiltrating a rival gang, and stealing a bike back, and you have to chase down a target using golf carts. Vice City is a goofy, fun time that constantly puts you in funny situations. But I think my favorite part of the gameplay of Vice City is the empire building aspect where you can get your full Heisenberg on. Money is much harder to come by in Vice City than it was in GTA 3. Tommy spends most of the story broke. While his objective is to investigate the ambush, Tommy quickly begins to realize how powerful he could become with the right network of people, and instead starts to work on building his own diversified business portfolio. As you earn money, you can choose to buy properties around Vice City. After working within the businesses you purchase, they begin to generate thousands of dollars a day in passive income. While it might not sound super interesting at first, these businesses open up new missions that are different from the vigilante and ambulance missions from before. For instance, when you buy a struggling taxi company, you go to war with a competing cab company, and this beef culminates in Tommy having to survive a taxi cab kill circle where surviving awards you the personal cab of the rival leader. It's completely absurd, and I loved every second of this arc. You can also create a counterfeit money printing business, buy a nightclub that gives you a place to plan a bank heist, and way more. In fact, the true ending of the game doesn't unlock until you've expanded to 6 different businesses. This is when Sonny comes to collect, and you start to realize Tommy is more bitter about the 15 years in prison than he let on, taking Vice City as an opportunity to distance himself from the Forellis. The more Grand Theft Auto games I play, the more I realize how each game has a unique identity. Vice City's identity lives as a crime drama where a loyal underling of a crime family tries to get even with those who left him for dead. The 80s era opens up this story to a bunch of characters looking to get a slice of Vice City's pie, and with this variety of characters comes many ideas on how things get done, leading to a ton of over-the-top missions. Vice City feels like a city in the midst of its financial renaissance as buildings are being built up to attract tourists while also acting as a major trading port. It's a city built for those who want to take it, making the game appealing, and Tommy Vercetti wants to take the whole pie for himself. So if you want to play this game, should you buy the definitive edition? No. You should play it literally anywhere else you can, including the Vita or just buying an old copy off of eBay. Hopefully you can look past the parts of the game that haven't aged as gracefully. But you should play this game. It's a complete experience from top to bottom, with a fun city that opens up plenty of opportunities to get distracted with fun side missions. It's about as video gamey as it gets, and even after this long, it manages to provide a roller coaster of an experience. Thank you so much for watching my video, I really appreciate it. If you like the video, consider leaving a like on it. Which Grand Theft Auto game is your favorite, and should I cover more GTA on the channel? Let me know in the comments. If you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified of any uploads. Lastly, if you want to support the channel directly, you can head to my Patreon in the link in the description. For $1 a month, you can get early access to all my videos and some exclusive videos you can't get anywhere else. I'd like to take one final moment to thank my higher tier patrons, Okayla, Just Jessica, Andrew Elmore, Andrew Lang, and 8-Bit Jesus. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.
Tommy? Oh my God, Tommy, what happened?
What does it look like?
It looks like you ruined your suit, and Tommy, that was a beautiful suit. Tommy, what on earth happened?